Did you know that Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet? That's right. This land of stunning beauty is also a hotspot for danger. From venomous snakes and spiders to the infamous cassowary, a bird so dangerous it's known to kill, Australia's wildlife is not for the faint of heart. But it doesn't stop there. Think giant saltwater crocodiles, great white sharks, and jellyfish that pack a serious punch. And if you thought the danger was just in the water, think again. Australia also boasts some of the largest insects in the world. So buckle up and hit that subscribe button, because we're about to uncover why Australia is truly the ultimate danger zone for wildlife. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an adventure. Let's dive in. Australia is one of the few places where even pine cones can be deadly, and it has experienced the top 3 largest wildfires of the 21st century. The list of hazards could go on and on. Prehistoric Australia was even more dangerous, but it may be hard to believe that the country is actually much tamer today. I'm not just talking about the fact that it was once home to dinosaurs, but also about giant monitor lizards and enormous terrestrial crocodiles, among other menacing creatures. Surprisingly, you don't need to go back that far to find this version of Australia. The country reached its peak of chaotic wildlife about 50,000 years ago, around the time when humans first arrived. Talk about timing. Back in those days, reptilian predators, not mammals, ruled Australia. Oh, shit! Anyone who set foot on the land would quickly realize that something was very wrong, as they were met with a host of nightmarish creatures. Among these was a land-dwelling crocodilian, not just a crocodile look-alike, but a genuine crocodilian that could run comfortably on land. This creature, known as quinkana, was one of Australia's top predators during the Pleistocene. Quinkana shared many features with modern crocodiles and was once classified as a true crocodile. However, due to its peculiar skull structure, it was reclassified into the extinct clade Mekosuchini. Paleontologists also noted its unusually long legs for a crocodilian, which allowed it to keep its body elevated from the ground and potentially sprint across the terrain. Quinkana was an apex terrestrial hunter rather than an aquatic one, evident from its hoof-like toes and flat tail, features not designed for swimming. Most adults reached about 3 meters or 10 feet in length and weighed around 200 kilograms or 440 pounds, similar in weight to a medium-sized American alligator. But some individuals were even larger, with one specimen growing up to 6 meters or 20 feet long. At this size, Quinkana was a formidable predator, capable of taking down large mammals and occasionally even humans. Its teeth were particularly terrifying, designed to slice through flesh like a filet mignon. Quinkana had blade-like serrated teeth known as Zeden teeth, a feature also seen in theropod dinosaurs. These teeth enabled it to tear into prey much larger than itself, ripping through flesh and muscle with brutal efficiency. Despite its land-based lifestyle, there is evidence that Quinkana was a skilled swimmer, making it even more dangerous for those who tried to escape into the water. Adding to its menace, Quinkana lived in a world filled with other formidable creatures, including the massive terrestrial lizard Megalania, now known as Varanus priscus. This giant monitor lizard, often still referred to by its original name, Megalania, was one of the largest reptiles ever, aptly translating to the great lizard due to its impressive size. So, while Quinkana might have ruled the land, it certainly wasn't the only giant lurking in the Australian wilderness. Paleontologists are still debating the exact size of Megalania, but estimates consistently suggest this prehistoric lizard was at least 3.5 meters or 11 feet long and weighed around 158 kilograms or 348 pounds. For perspective, that's roughly the length of a sea lion and the weight of a reindeer. However, the most dramatic estimates push the boundaries of belief. Some studies, scaling up from fragmented fossils and comparisons with modern monitor lizards, suggest Megalania could have reached up to 7.9 meters or 26 feet in length. This would make it as long as the largest recorded anaconda, but up to 8.5 times heavier due to its robust build, potentially weighing as much as 2 tons. In reality, most large Megalania specimens were probably closer to 575 kilograms or 1,200 pounds. Still, an imposing figure. Unlike its smaller relatives, Megalania boasted razor-sharp, recurved teeth that provided a fierce grip on prey. This, combined with its powerful legs and sharp claws, made it a formidable predator. There is also speculation that Megalania might have been venomous, drawing from its lineage, as all living monitor lizards are known to possess venom. This venom acts as an anticoagulant, preventing blood from clotting and leading to prolonged wounds, shock, and infections. The Komodo dragon, Megalania's closest living relative, provides clues to its hunting methods. Paleontologists suggest that Megalania might have used a strategy similar to the Komodo dragon, delivering a powerful bite, then retreating and letting the venom do its work. This means that even if a victim managed to escape a Megalania's initial attack, they might still face a grim fate due to the effects of the venom. With its immense size, powerful predatory skills, and potentially venomous bite, encountering Megalania would have been a truly terrifying experience. Unless, of course, you have ophidiophobia, a fear of snakes, which might make you prefer running into a Megalania over a serpent. Imagine a world where the deadliest creature lurking in the shadows was not a lion or a tiger, but a serpent so colossal and terrifying that its mere name could strike fear into the hearts of the bravest. Such a creature once roamed the ancient Australian landscape, a relic of a bygone era when giants walked the earth. Its name was Wonambi. Unlike the venomous snakes that slither through our modern world, Wonambi belonged to a family of extinct reptiles known as Madsoids. These ancient serpents were characterized by their massive size and primitive, inflexible jaws. While they didn't quite reach the lengths of the longest snakes alive today, Wonambi was a formidable predator. With a length of up to 20 feet, it could easily overpower even prey twice its size. Wonambi was an ambush predator, lurking near bodies of water to strike unsuspecting victims. Its method of killing was both brutal and efficient. Using its powerful muscles, it would constrict its prey, squeezing the life out of it. But unlike modern killers, Wonambi's inflexible jaws prevented it from swallowing its prey whole. Instead, it would use its sharp teeth to tear chunks of flesh from its victim, sometimes even disemboweling it. For early Australians, the threat of Wonambi was a constant reality. Their ancestors likely faced a much higher risk of death from snake attacks than we do today. Studies have shown that in some indigenous populations, killer snakes remain a significant cause of mortality. Wonambi, with its terrifying size and gruesome hunting methods, was a true monster of the ancient Australia. Its existence serves as a reminder of the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet and the dangers that our ancestors faced. It's natural to wonder how mammals managed to survive in a land teeming with such formidable reptilian predators, but the answer lies in the fact that the mammals themselves were incredibly fearsome. A prime example of this is Thylacoleo, an apex predator that once roamed Australia. Thylacoleo is renowned for its immense size, with adults being the largest known mammalian predators in Australia's history. On average, it was roughly the size of a European wild boar, but some individuals rivaled fully grown female lions and tigers in size. Despite these similarities, Thylacoleo was not a feline. It was a marsupial, more closely related to koalas than to cats. Despite its relatively small brain size, which is thought to be similar to that of the koala, Thylacoleo's brain size actually worked to its advantage. This reduction in brain size allowed more space in its skull for exceptionally dense muscles and robust bones. Consequently, Thylacoleo possessed the strongest bite force of any known mammal, pound for pound. Estimates suggest that a medium-sized Thylacoleo could exert a bite force equivalent to that of a lion 2.5 times its size, leading paleontologists to theorize that it could tackle prey up to 15 times its own weight. Thylacoleo's unique killing method was facilitated by its unusual dentition. It had large incisors similar to the elongated canines seen in other carnivorous mammals and giant premature molars that functioned almost like flat blades. This combination of features allowed Thylacoleo to inflict fatal injuries efficiently. Its incisors could pierce deeply into the flesh, while the premolars severed critical arteries, the windpipe, and the spinal cord. This efficient method meant Thylacoleo could kill large prey in under a minute, much quicker than an African lion, which might take up to 15 minutes. Additionally, Thylacoleo had retractable claws on its front feet, which were attached to semi-opposable thumbs. These claws, coupled with its climbing ability, suggest that Thylacoleo could maneuver through trees and rough terrain, possibly dragging its kills up into the trees, much like modern leopards. Australia's ecosystem was undoubtedly fierce, presenting significant challenges for the first humans to arrive. The herbivores were no less formidable than the predators, demonstrating their own brand of toughness. A case in point is the diodon, an extinct marsupial whose closest living relative is the wombat. Unlike its smaller relative, the diodon was massive, with an estimated weight of up to 3.85 tons, comparable to that of a fully grown Asian elephant. This size provided the diodon with substantial durability and made it a daunting target for predators. Despite being strictly herbivorous, it had a powerful bite force, reaching 11,000 newtons at its molars. This bite was strong enough to potentially fracture a human femur, underscoring the formidable nature of Australia's prehistoric wildlife. Alongside the elephant-sized wombats, the skies were home to some impressive avian giants, particularly the Genyornis. This ancient bird bore a resemblance to the infamous terror birds of other regions, yet it belonged to a different group altogether. The Genyornis was part of the Dromornithids, or thunderbirds, a family of flightless birds that, despite their formidable appearance, were herbivores. The Genyornis exemplified the trend of size, serving as a defense mechanism among ancient Australian wildlife. This bird often stood over 2 meters or 6.5 feet tall, making it taller than the average human. Its enormous, robust bones contributed to its substantial weight, up to 1/4 of a ton. This impressive size alone was a significant deterrent to potential predators. However, the Genyornis wasn't defenseless. It also had a powerful beak and sharp claws, which it could use to fend off any threats that ventured too close. And there you have it, an adventure through prehistoric Australia. From the giant wombats and towering Genyornis to the terrifying Quincana and Megalania, ancient Australia was a land of colossal predators and formidable creatures. The Thylacoleo, with its bone-crushing bite, and the diodon, with its powerful jaws, showcased the extreme wildlife of the time. Modern Australia might be intense, but its prehistoric counterpart was a whole new level of danger. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into history's most extraordinary creatures. See you next time.